When the detectives pressed play, no one in that room expected to hear it. A muffled scream, a struggle, and then her voice. "Stop! Brenan, please!" The room went silent because the voice they were hearing was coming from Savannah's phone. And the man sitting across the table, staring at the floor, was the one who killed her. His hands didn't shake. He didn't look up. He just sat there, listening to himself and her life. Her name was Savannah Gonzalez, 22 years old, the kind of person who recorded sunsets and sent voice messages instead of texts. Brenan Hill was 24. They'd been together 3 months. 3 months of late-night drives, hotel rooms, promises that never quite sounded right. Friends said she'd been pulling away, making plans without him, talking about leaving. And Brenan? He could feel it. The way she stopped looking at him when she laughed. The way she held her phone closer. Men like Brenan will lose control quietly. They lose it all at once. March 26, 2021, Flagler County, Florida. They checked out of the microtel just after noon.
Room 310. Spring break had the town packed. Hotels were full, but I don't think Brenan was looking for a hotel anymore. The video starts in the car. Savannah's holding her phone low. Her hand is shaking, but she keeps recording. Brenan is driving, fast, swerving between lanes like he's trying to shake something loose inside both of them. Hope you got somewhere to go. His voice is flat, cold, because I ain't paying for a hotel. Savannah doesn't answer. She's learned that silence is the only safe place left. Hope you're happy. Nobody's happy, not even you. Still no response. You say that because I've only been in your life 3 months and you were going downhill before. She finally speaks. No, I wasn't. Her voice is so small. Yeah, you were. No, I was on up before I met you. There it is. The moment he realizes she's already gone. That she's just waiting for the right moment to disappear. I hate you. I do. No, you don't. He's still trying to control the narrative, even now. Yeah, I do. I hate you. No, you don't. I do. I hate you so much right now. And then, you want to talk to me like this? You don't need a gun. I've listened to that line 100 times, and every time it sounds like a promise. There's another part of the video most people don't know about. After the argument, after the threats, the camera keeps rolling. Brenan pulls into a CVS parking lot. Savannah gets out to go inside. And you can see it, the way she hesitates before opening the car door. The way she looks back at him, like she's calculating something. How far she could run, who she could call, whether tonight is the night she finally leaves. But she doesn't run. She goes into the store, buys whatever he told her to buy, and when she comes back, he's still there, waiting, engine running, arms crossed. Took you long enough. That phone kept recording, a silent witness to a final choice, a document of the precise moment, a door closed, not just on a car, but on a life. It captured the end of a fight and the beginning of an unbearable silence.
She doesn't respond, just gets back in the passenger seat, closes the door, and that's when I realized something. Savannah wasn't just recording evidence. She was leaving breadcrumbs, a trail for someone to follow, because she knew that if something happened to her, if she disappeared, someone would need to know where to look and who to look for. Later that night, they were parked somewhere off Kingswood Drive, a dirt lot. No streetlights, no witnesses. Savannah was still in the passenger seat. Brenan was behind the wheel. Her phone was still recording. And then, a gunshot. It was 11:47 p.m. when Brenan Hill pulled into the hospital emergency entrance, tires screeching, headlights cutting through the dark. Paramedics rushed out. They found Savannah slumped in the passenger seat, unconscious, a single gunshot wound to the left side of her head. And Brenan, he was doubled over in the parking lot, gasping, crying but without tears. "Someone shot her," he cried. "Please, a guy walked up, he had a gun." I arrived 20 minutes later. Detective Collins, Flagler County Sheriff's Office. Brenan was still there, pacing, his hands running through his hair. His eyes were red, but they were dry. I asked him what happened. "We were looking for a hotel," he said. "A guy walked up to the car, asked for a cigarette, then he pulled a gun." "And then?" I asked. "I grabbed his arm. We struggled. The gun went off." I nodded, wrote it all down.
But his story kept changing. First, it was the Microtel parking lot, then a dirt lot down the street, then somewhere near Graham's swamp. He couldn't remember if the car windows were up or down, couldn't remember which direction the supposed shooter ran. This man had been staying at that hotel for 2 weeks, and suddenly he couldn't remember where his girlfriend got shot an hour ago. That's when we found her phone. It was on the passenger seat, the screen was cracked, the battery was at 12%, and it was still recording. When I pressed play, everything stopped. We weren't hearing a robbery. We were hearing Brenan threatening her, screaming at her, "You don't need a gun." And then her voice, pleading, "Stop, Brenan, please." The officer standing beside me went pale because the man who'd just been crying in the parking lot, the grieving boyfriend, was the one on that recording. We brought him in the next day, put him in a room with white walls and a single metal table. He still thought he was the victim, still thought we believed him. I sat down across from him. I placed Savannah's phone on the table between us. "Brenan," I said, "I need you to listen to something." I pressed play. His face didn't change, not at first, but his hands stopped moving. His jaw tightened. And when her voice came through, "Stop, Brenan, please." He looked down, at the table, at his hands, anywhere but at me. "That's your voice, Brenan." He didn't deny it.
He didn't try to explain. He just sat there, listening to the truth he thought had tied with her. 3 days later, I visited Savannah in the hospital. She was unconscious. Machines were breathing for her, but the doctor said she could hear us. They said she could nod or shake her head. I asked her simple yes or no questions. "Savannah, did Brenan shoot you?" She nodded. It was slow, deliberate. And she did it again and again. On November 9th, 2022, Savannah passed away. She was 23 years old. In 2024, Brenan Hill was sentenced to life in prison without parole. At his trial, her family asked him to show some kind of remorse, to say anything. He never did. But it didn't matter, because Savannah had already spoken. I think about that phone sometimes. The cracked screen, the dying battery, still recording. She knew what he was capable of, and she made sure we would too. Even now, years later, when I close my eyes, I can still hear her voice. "Stop, Brenan, please." She shouldn't have had to beg. She shouldn't have had to record. She should have been safe. But she wasn't. So she did the only thing she could. She made sure he would never get away with it. Rest in peace, Savannah. Your voice was the loudest thing in that courtroom, and it always will be.